Hi guys, it's Nancy Williams. Listen, please stop spreading so much misinformation. There is so much misinformation going on about the Department of Education and what they're doing to not just only the nursing profession, but other professional degree programs that are listed on their website and via what everybody else has been sharing. So here's the breakdown. What the Department of Education is saying is that we don't consider, and I'm just going to specifically talk about nursing because that's the field that I'm in. What the Department of Education is saying is that the Department of Education, do not consider or doesn't want to consider nursing as a professional degree program. And because we don't want to consider that, we don't have to fund the education. So right now, if you have, or if you're going for your MSN or DNP and you haven't started school yet, what that means for you is that once you start school and you try to apply for a student loan, you will get some of the student loan, but you will not get the graduate or the grad plus loan that they give for graduate programs. What you will get is just your regular basic student loan, and that's not going to be enough to cover your education. So you're going to end up coming out of the pocket with who knows how much money it's going to cost depending on your organization or your institution. I know for my specific tuition it was like almost $100,000, but thankfully most of that was covered. But for now going forth, it's going to be where you're going to have to pay out of pocket, and most people are not going to be able to afford that. So the Department of Education is basically a slap in the face, because what you're saying is, we don't care about your nursing shortages. We don't care about your burnout rate. We don't care how many people want to be nurses or how much nurses are needed. We don't care about that. What we care about is cutting funding and saving the money. In the return, what is that? That's going to just make nursing so much harder. Now, this probably won't affect your entry level LPN, RNs, because you still get those undergrad degrees. Undergrad loans. Those undergrad loans are not being touched right now. What's affected is your graduate programs, MSN, like I said, MSN, FNP, DNP, all those graduate programs, level programs. They're not going to have any funding. They're not. It's not that nursing is not a profession. It is a profession. It's not that nurses don't matter, because we do matter. It's not that, nursing is going to be so much easier. It's not. It's going to be harder. It's going to be, more tiring. Your wait times are going to increase in these healthcare settings. Your provider to patient ratio is going to increase. It's going to be so much harder. And I don't think the Department of Education realizes how much of a burden that's going to be in the upcoming years. The misinformation that I've been seeing is that, anybody can be a nurse. It's going to be so much easier. All we got to do is go to school and pass. Don't think that y'all going to go up in these people's school thinking that you can just go to nursing school and pass and you're going to fail. You have to realize, and the most important thing about nursing is critical thinking. You have to critical think through what's happening here. First of all, if these graduate programs have to cut their tuition rates, if they have to lower their tuition rates, you can guarantee the curriculum is going to be so much harder. It's going to be so much harder for you to pass, and you're going to have to retake these classes and pay out of pocket. These schools are going to get their money some kind of way. You have to realize these institutions, they're paying for your clinical sites, they're paying for your books, your tuition fees, all that kind of stuff. So they're not just going to, cut funding and not, raise something else. So their curriculum is going to be so much more harder. Like I said, making nursing students have to retake classes and repay for classes, and that's how they're going to get their funding. That's why it's going to be so much harder. Now, I say that to say this: if you plan on going to school to get your master's degree or your doctorate degree, you better get in there now to get some of that funding covered, because you're going to be paying out, like I said, hundreds of thousands of dollars for school, and most people can't afford that. You better start saving now. You better start making plans or arrangements on how you're going to fund your education. This is crazy. It's something that I'm like, this shouldn't even be a conversation. Like, why would you cut the funding for the profession that is most needed right now? And that's not to downplay, social workers or, PTOTs, or, whatever that list goes on and on and on. Whatever it is, it's not to downgrade that. But like I said, I can only talk about nursing because that's the profession that I'm in. But it's going to be so much more harder. Please do not believe the hype out there that you're saying that, nursing school is going to be easy. It's going to be easy. It is not. It's going to be so much harder. This is why, if you are a nurse right now, it is so important to join your ANA organizations, to join these, ENPC or ENA organizations, so that your voice can be heard, so that you can stay abreast of the new policy changes, what's happening, what's to come. I found out about this a few months ago before it even hit, the public, because I am a part of the ANA and a part of the ENA. And so a lot of these, the changes that are coming now, we've already discussed and talked about. So I've had some time to do some research, which is why I can say confidently that you better get prepared. You better get prepared to start saving money. You better get prepared to start, making other arrangements. Do not believe the hype and think that nursing school is going to be easy. It's going to be so much more harder. These schools, they're going to get their money, and if that means raising their curriculum level, that's what they're going to do. So I want you guys to stay abreast, stay vigilant, stay prayerful, stay watchful, and just know that it's going to get hard out there. It's going to get rough out there. And the people who voted for this administration, we don't want to hear y'all complaining when y'all go to these healthcare settings and your wait time is even longer. You don't have a provider to see you. You have, to wait, numerous amounts of hours and hours and hours to get seen, to get basic labs. Well, this is what you wanted and this is what you got. So we don't want to hear you guys complaining. The thing to do now is to prepare. And not only that for the nursing profession, but prepare for your social workers. And when you have a kid that comes in that needs social work and you don't have, social workers, available, then hey, that's what this administration is doing. So I want you guys to stay prayerful, stay watchful, and of course, comment on this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have seen any changes yet. If you've noticed anything, what you've heard, and what you think the plan of care should be. All right, guys. Peace. Bye. Love y'all.